and welcome to the first episode of the Renegade Roundup, a new weekly news show that is written and hosted by the Renegade Team. On this week's show, we talk about Final Fantasy XIV's next patch being delayed, a new Demon Slayer movie being announced, what is going on with Cooking Mama, esports being shown on ESPN, Tiger King becoming the new king of Netflix, Artemis Fowl goes straight to streaming, and Sony announces its play-at-home initiative. And we introduce you to Fuzzballs in our small business shoutout. Now, let's get on with the news. First up today is news from Kim in Japan, where after the implementation of a nationwide lockdown to help combat the COVID-19 global pandemic, many game studios have been forced to either halt development for the time being, or work remotely from home until the lockdown has been lifted. One such company is Square Enix, and in a post on the Lodestone forums, Final Fantasy XIV's director and producer Naoki Yoshida spoke about the problems facing the team going forward, and a rough time frame for any upcoming content. In a quote from the post, Yoshida says, "Though it is clear that patch 5.3, which was planned for mid-June, will be delayed because of the above. We are at this time unable to decide whether it will be feasible to limit the delay to 2 or 3 weeks, or if it will be closer to a month. We are terribly sorry for the disappointment that this may cause our players, as we know you look forward to the new patches. However, it is important to prioritize the physical and mental health of our development team, without whom we would not be able to release the quality updates and features that you expect from Final Fantasy XIV. So we ask for your understanding as we adjust to our schedule in accordance with the situation." He goes on to say that there will probably be a delay in any bug fixes and maintenance issues, but they will post a notification and implement any fixes as soon as they are able. Many other games have been impacted by the current global situation, with The Last of Us 2 and Iron Man VR being delayed indefinitely, with pre-orders already being refunded by Sony, although we'll have more on that later in the show.
Hello you awesome boys and girls, I'm Anthony aka Mad Wizard. So an interesting bit of anime news this week is that the full-length trailer for Demon Slayer the movie was finally released. Oh, I've so been looking forward to this. So entitled Demon Slayer the movie, Mugen Train, I hope I'm saying that right. It follows along the lines from the anime and manga series where we join Tanjiro himself and his friends on the Demon Corps, as I say, investigating disappearances on a train. And as I say, so looking forward to this movie. Demon Slayer, of course, being such a big release, becoming one of the top-rated animes of the year, winning not only Anime of the Year, but also Fight of the Year on Crunchyroll awards as well. Of course, all of your favourite voice actors will be rejoining for all of the roles that they played during the series, so super looking forward to that. With a release date, they're hoping for October the 16th in Japan, with an international release date sometime later this year. As I say, super looking forward to it, and I hope you enjoy it as well.
Thanks, Ant. Now onto the weirdest story of the week, which is still ongoing as of the time of this recording. A famous chef has gotten herself into some hot water, but not in the way you might imagine. The Cooking Mama games have always been a staple of the Nintendo family since the DS's inception, with 5 main titles and multiple spin-offs across the DS, Wii, and mobile devices. In August of last year, Cooking Mama Coming Home to Mama was announced for the Switch and PlayStation 4. This title was being developed by First Player Productions, a different company to the original developer Office Create. They claimed that it featured a new form of DRM using blockchain technology, which is most commonly used in Bitcoin and other forms of cryptocurrency. Now, it was pushed back to March 31st of this year, citing more development time was needed. However, when the date rolled around, the game was nowhere to be seen, and rumours started flying that it had been on the eStore for about 2 hours and then magically disappeared from sight. Now, many thought it was just an error in the store, until news began emerging about the game overheating the few consoles that managed to download it, leading to rumours that it was actually a front for a cryptocurrency miner. After a few days, a statement from one of the developers was issued to Screen Rant, stating, "At one point, the Japanese Office Create clients came to oversee development. An argument started, and the clients were told to go home if they weren't being productive. Once they found out that Planet Entertainment released the game, they used their Nintendo contacts to pull it from the eShop and stop production of cartridges. Overall, everyone at One Player loves the Cooking Mama franchise, and did their best to make the best product considering the interference from the higher-ups. I think the game is far from perfect, but it could have done fine without the publishers stumbling so consistently. Now, we all thought this was the end of it, but then a few days later, IP holder Office Create issued a statement of their own, citing that the game did not meet Office Create's quality standards, and that the company rejected a wide range of deficiencies affecting the overall feel, quality, and content of the game. They also stated that the PS4 copy was unauthorized, and that they had terminated their contract with One Player Productions with immediate effect as of the 30th of March. Despite this, One Player Productions continues to sell and advertise versions of the game on its website. Office Create are now looking into all legal options against the sale of Cooking Mama Cookstar. Now, you would have thought that that was the end, but the following day, publisher Planet Entertainment released a counter-statement saying that they were fully within their rights to publish the game and that there was no active litigation or ruling that prevents Planet from publishing this game. Now, this story is still unfolding, so we may have an update on this next week, but currently things are not looking good, with the current iteration of this much beloved franchise, with the current Metacritic score at a very poor 43 as of recording, and IGN giving it a 3 out of 10. Let's hope things look up for Mama. And now over to Jojo to introduce you to our friends over at Fuzzballs in this week's Small Business Shoutout.
Hi, I'm Jojo and welcome to our new feature where we start looking at some small businesses. So as you know, with the effects of COVID-19, a lot of places have to shut, a lot of businesses have been affected, but we want to look at the ones that are still going, and we want to just present you with the amazing things that they do. So we're going to start off with Fuzzballs, who are actually one of our good friends. Fuzzballs started off in 2013 as a comic strip, and then 2015 started releasing physical merchandise, a selection of which you can see here in front of you. Started off with this little guy, Whiskey. Whiskey's got a friend called Timmy. Timmy's having a little nom on some pizza, and we've also got Ollie the bunny here. They've got some other friends that feature every now and then, so do check out their website, link in the description below. They've also just recently started up a Patreon. One of the features of the Patreon at the moment is they're releasing seasonal boxes with lots of goodies and surprises that you're only going to get in that box. You won't be able to get it on their website. So if you want to check out their Patreon, again, link in the description below. And other features of their Patreon are the discounts that you can get, exclusive access, and you can even chat to the creators. So things included on their website, they've got lovely tote bags, little button badges, kitchenware, notebooks, cards which are actually available in some shops as well when they open again, and really cool t-shirts. They do Oyster card holders. You may have seen some of their coasters on our Barcraft videos, so if you've not seen those, do check that out. Mugs, jewellery, and fantastic dresses. Ta-da! So yeah, do give them a look at. They have some amazing things, and if you do, once everything's passed and everything's gone back to normal, if you're at Comic-Con, if you're at Hyper Japan, keep a lookout for their stalls. Often they have 1 or 2 stalls around the area, and they're really lovely people, so go have a chat to them, say hello, and yeah, go check out their stuff. In the meantime, stay safe, wash your hands, and stay indoors. Take care.
Now, in sports news, ESPN has started showing esports as a substitute for the more traditional sports, or lack thereof in today's current situation. Airing on ESPN2 over in America, the network is showing the North American League of Legends, NALCS, with the finals of their series being aired tonight. Alongside League, the channel has also started showing the Rocket League Championships, EA's Madden 20, and 2K Games NBA games. As great as this is, seeing more traditional sports networks embrace the rising popularity in esports, there have been a few complaints about where they've placed their advertisement breaks. When showing the NALCS, the YouTube and Twitch broadcasts all have 2 ad breaks, one after the game and one after the post-game analysis. Now, it seems that someone didn't really do their research, as they've added their own ad breaks, one right in the middle of the analysis, forcing the hosts to announce the ad break and stop some discussions mid-topic, and another break mid-draft phase, an important part of the game, where teams draft their characters and strategize. Hopefully they'll have heard the feedback before today's games, as I see this as a great step to more people seeing esports and its players as legitimate athletes. New show Tiger King has become the new king of Netflix. The streaming service has released its viewership numbers for the surprise hit show, with it raking in more viewers in 5 days than Season 2 of Stranger Things, making it the new most viewed show on the platform. Now, for anyone that hasn't seen the show, it revolves around a bunch of exotic animal sanctuaries across America, and their shady deals and interwoven stories, the most extreme being the relationship between Alabama's Joe Exotic and Florida's Carol Baskin. Tales stem from drug abuse, blackmail, rumours of murder, and even hiring hitmen. After the initial 7 episodes, an extra episode was filmed, with Community's Joel McHale hosting a series of interviews with the cast and getting their reactions to the series, their sudden rise to fame, and the show's current cult status. The show has become such a hit that multiple new film and TV deals are in the works, with some big names attached. SNL's Kate McKinnon is rumoured to be working on a series based on Carol Baskin, the Floridian big cat owner who is accused of feeding her late husband to her tigers. Dwayne Johnson has since revealed that he was after the film rights before learning that McKinnon had already secured them. TV star Rob Lowe has announced that he's working on an as-of-yet untitled project alongside American Horror Story creator Ryan Murphy, related to the Tiger King story, but the plot and title are currently under wraps. American sketch show SNL has jumped onto the bandwagon, with Tom Hanks opening the most recent show with "Hey you cool cats and kittens," referencing Carol Baskin's now famous catchphrase. Only time will tell how long the bubble will last on this show, whether it's just a tiger-striped flash in the pan, or if it will stand the test of time, unlike Carol's husband.
Disney's Artemis Fowl is skipping the cinema and going straight to a digital release. Kenneth Branagh's adaptation of Owen Colfer's series about a young thief in a world of fairies, trolls and wizards was supposed to release in cinemas on August 9th, but will now have a digital launch on Disney's online platform Disney Plus this coming June 12th. This is mainly due to the global shutdown of cinemas due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but it could also be due to the highly negative response to the 2 trailers released so far. Seemingly deviating heavily from the source material, the film could share the same fate as the Percy Jackson films and A Wrinkle in Time, both of which has ended up as a massive financial flop for their respective studios. Many people think that this may lead to some other slightly smaller films getting the same treatment, although Disney and Marvel have announced that all the films in the MCU's Phase 4, kicking off with the hotly anticipated Black Widow, have been shifted to the following film slot. That means Black Widow has now taken the Eternal November 6th date, with the Eternals taking Shang-Chi's February 12th, 2001 slot. All the MCU Disney Plus shows have been put on indefinite hold as the studio has shut down before any of the shows could complete filming. So maybe a digital release could be the saving grace for Artemis Fowl? Only time will tell.
So Sony has announced a play-at-home initiative to help smaller developers with the current COVID-19 situation. They're creating funds that companies can apply for to help give them financial aid, but also as a reward as well, they're giving away free games as part of the scheme. Currently there's Naughty Dog Uncharted Collection, which is complies of all 3 games of the series, which is fantastic. Of course, PlayStation Plus subscribers can also get the 4th edition of Nathan Drake games as part of the usual monthly PS Plus games. Alongside the Uncharted collection, I say there is Game Company's Journey, a short but sweet puzzle game about a roped figure making its way towards a mountain in the distance. Other players can be seen and interactive with, but there's also no speech in this game apparently. The only communication in the game is forms of small musical chants apparently, and but also of course players in Germany and China, they will have slight changes in the lineup due to country census censorships and stuff like that on certain materials in the Uncharted series. As a replacement, of course, Sony has swapped it out for the 2013's Crank 2, and also Sony's first prize puzzle platform featuring local co-ops in the series for the first time. So it's really interesting to see these big companies actually supporting small companies within the industry.
And that's it for this week's show. Thanks to the team for helping bring all this together, and thank you for tuning in. Join us next week for another roundup, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all of our content. We'll see you all next week. Good night.